G'day there, it's Duncan here. Britain's asylum debate has reached a deeply serious point. The UK Home Office has produced a guide for asylum seekers explaining rules most Britons would consider fundamental. So let's go through them, shall we? Children under 16 cannot legally consent to sex. Women are equal under the law. Sex requires consent. Domestic abuse is a crime and sexual harassment is unacceptable. But instead of simply laughing at the absurdity of needing such a booklet, we should ask why officials believe these warnings are necessary. Consider Afghanistan, where there's over 160,000 Afghanis believed to be in the UK. They're controlled by the Taliban, a fundamentalist Islamic movement, where child marriage remains a major problem. Around 28% of Afghan women aged between 2024 were married before turning 18. That's according to the UNICEF data. And there's also been documented evidence adult men enter marriages of formal agreements with young children, sometimes between the ages of 6 and 11. So these are not minor cultural differences over food, clothing, or language. They involve fundamentally different attitudes towards childhood, women, marriage, consent, and individual freedom. And that's where Britain's immigration policy deserves serious scrutiny. So if people arrive from societies where some social practices are profoundly incompatible with the British law, integration cannot consist of handing somebody a 9-page brochure at the border. It sounds almost ridiculous. Like discovering a fox in the hen house and putting up a sign saying, "Please don't harm the chooks." Britain is effectively explaining, women don't need a man's permission to work or travel. Children cannot consent to sex. Your wife has the right to say no. You cannot harass women in the street. Because protecting vulnerable people requires more than printing brochures. Britain opened the floodgates, lost control, and is paying the price. Australia is standing on the edge of the exact same cliff. So if we don't learn from the UK's catastrophic failure and strictly enforce our borders right now, we won't get a second chance.